We're just two moms. We're expert contributors with FamilyAffaires.com. I'm Christy.
And I'm Debbie.
And today we're going to play about the blame game. And not blaming other people. The worst kind of blame game there is, blaming yourself. And when you have a special needs child, you tend to blame yourself for a lot of things. You blame yourself for the reason for the special need. Is there something that I did? Is there something that I didn't do that I should have done? And that blame game can really be detrimental. That can eat you alive.
Yeah, I think we all, as moms, we carried our child or adopted our child in any way that you have a child. You feel very responsible to how your child came into this world, and whether or not your child's diagnosed, or you know that their differences were there at the start, or if that started around 1 or 2 or beyond that. It's really, I think it's something that a lot of people don't talk about because it's a difficult thing to carry. A lot of people do carry guilt because of having a child with special needs. It's something you must go through. And I think it's really similar to the echelon of those 5 stages of grief.
Yes.
You know, to get through Kubler-Ross's 5 stages, to get to the last one, which is acceptance.
Yeah, I agree.
We all have to go through some sort of journey, in a way, because there's nothing worse than waking up every day and thinking that you are to blame for something when you had nothing to do with it. You know, it's just what happens. You know, some people pray, and if praying works for you, that's great. I don't see that prayer is something that's going to change, but maybe it can help somebody within themselves get through
acceptance.
With acceptance.
I agree.
But it's definitely something that, you know, we don't hear a lot of from people, but we know that it's something that needs to be talked about, because a lot of people do carry guilt.
Yeah, I knew a woman I met who told me that she had been crying for the last 7 years since her child's diagnosis, and I thought, honey, I can't cry for 7 years. I got too much to do. She couldn't really move on from that, and her child was really suffering. And then the flip side, I know with my husband, you know, one of the things he's definitely most proud of, and he should be, is he was really resistant to having our son tested. He didn't really think that there was an issue. But once he was tested, and we found out that my son had autism, he was right on there, right on the bandwagon, ready to go forward, ready to find out what the next plan was and the next step. And that makes such a difference to be able to have that immediate, okay, where do we go from here?
Right.
Because that's just so important.
And I think the same thing for us too. My son was evaluated, and my husband and I immediately looked for a support group, which was what we needed.
Yeah.
To find other people who had the same things going on, to walk in their shoes. Maybe they had kids that are older, that you can see down the line where your child might be going. Even though our kids are like snowflakes, they're all different in their challenges on the spectrum. They definitely, they do have a lot of traits that are similar, and people need to have that hope to know what's down the line and what people can talk about with them.
I agree. And the final thought I'm going to leave you with is that song from Frozen that's so popular, Let It Go. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing, and neither is Debbie.
No.
But there's a reason that song is so popular, because people do need to let it go. They need to let go of that guilt or anything that's holding them back. Everyone wants to sing that song at the top of their lungs because everyone has something that they hold on guilt for, and that is not productive. You do need to let it go and then move on. It's the best thing for you, and I think the best thing for your child.
It's got such meaning.
Yeah, I agree.